And this is
Sandra.
And we are from Creative Image. We in the business to teach people to paint. So we don't focus on paint and sip evenings because we actually want people to learn how to paint. We follow a program that we teach you the steps, and then we hold your hand all the way. We don't just throw you into the deep end. I've got Sandra here today from Creative Image Roodepoort. Sandra, how long have you been with Creative Image?
10 years now.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's a long time. And why? Why do you stay 10 years loyal to Creative Image?
Well, they're a nice bunch of people, firstly. A nice group to work with. And also, they give you steps on how to teach. Whereas it's very easy for me to paint, but to actually teach, they guide you in how to teach those students. And also the products is very good. And the leadership's very good. And like I say, all the ladies are very good. We're one happy family. And art is fun. It's supposed to be fun. There's no real right and wrong. Everybody should just be themselves and be creative and relax when they come together and do some art.
Thanks, Sandra. We also have franchises across South Africa. We've got from Kimberley, Newcastle, Roodepoort, Alberton, Waterkloof, Centurion. Who am I missing?
You got Alberton, hey?
Yes.
Yeah.
But any case, we're all over South Coast.
Yeah.
So please join us. I will be posting all the different franchise info in the comments below. So if you have any comments, just please comment them below. I will personally follow up on every comment. I'll post all the info of the different franchises that you can join. But I think we must just get going and painting because time is limited and we really want to finish the project. Also, if you don't get done, don't worry. The video will be live on Facebook for quite some time. I think I saw just now it says 30 days or something, but I will download it and then let you know where it is available. So if you fall behind, don't worry, just go make notes. So make sure you make notes all the way so that you keep it, and then you can just go back, refer to your notes or go replay the video of the whole class. What I want to do is I want to show you how amazing and talented Sandra is. I think it's really a huge privilege for you to be getting this class from Sandra, as she is one really truly talented, gifted franchise. And I want to show you to get the feeling of what the studios are about, how they look. So let's just quickly have a quick tour of Sandra's studio. Okay, so here's some of her paintworks. As you can see, she is really, really talented, and we are really proud to call her one of our own. And this is what the studio generally looks like. Okay, so we will see you now when we go live with painting the project.
Hello everybody, I'm Sandra, and we're going to do, I'll call her the iceberg lady. So firstly, hopefully everybody's traced their picture on to their canvas. And here we go, our traced picture is on. And what we're going to start with first is the eye. And I'm using number 17, 51, 31 and white. And then of course the black for the pupil. There we go. And let's see. You can use about the size paintbrush, and let's start with the eye. So what I'm firstly going to do is I'm going to paint the whole iris green, because we're going to concentrate on actually doing this eye very nicely. So we'll paint the whole thing green first. This is Creative Image Paints, number 17 green. So whole iris green. You can leave the pupil where the black's going to be, you can leave that open for the black. Okay. Okay, then you can come in with a little bit of yellow, 31, and a bit of white. You put it around the pupil. Our eye's got lots of colors in it. It's not just one color. And then we're using our number 51. We can also use around the edges of the eye. This is the dark blue, 51. And what I usually do on the top of the eye, I'll make it a little bit darker. So you can use your 51 blue over the green and bring the two in together to cause a bit of a shadow. And then sort of just blend it in a little bit into your green. And also with the yellow. Then you can use a nice pointy brush like this. And you want to go do details. So you can take a bit of your blue and you can from there draw funny little lines into the iris. You can use the colors that you already got in there as well. Just draw them in. I'm taking it from the blue on the edges and I'm kind of bringing it into the eye. And then you can do the same with the yellow. You can draw a little bit of, so it's just playing around with the yellow, the green and the white, just to give a bit of life in the eye. So it's not just a green eye. You can bring in a bit of yellow into that eye as well. The yellow I'm taking from the pupil and I'm bringing it down again. And a bit into the green, just to break the green. You can also take a bit of white, just to lighten, usually white and yellow at the bottom here, just to bring in a bit of light into the eye. And then you can go over to your black and you can paint. The pupil will have a white spot, so you can leave a little piece of white open and then just paint your pupil black. The pupil I usually put quite high up on the eye. It doesn't look like if they've got a fright or anything. And the white you can leave for that bit of shine in the eye and the pupil. Or you can just pick up some white and just put it down there like that. And now you can really, once this is dried a bit, you can bring in more yellow here just to brighten the eye up a bit more. shading on the top. So this lady's got nice green eyes. And that's the iris done. Now the inside of the eye, on this picture I've used a lot of the 51 blue and white. So you just take a tiny bit of the 51 and lots of white, and you just color the inside. If it's too blue, just pick up more white, because you don't want it totally blue. So you first put a bit of white down, and then it's just got a touch of blue. So that is your inside of your eye coming in here now, and over there as well. Make it white all the way to the corner, because we'll just go over it when we put in the corner piece. And then you can use a little bit more blue to try and get a round effect. And put it in the corners here to make it a little bit darker. Up top there a bit, and in the corner here a bit. And if you find you've put too much blue, don't stress. You can always fix it by picking up more white. Now the little corner piece, I used orange, number 5, and a little bit of brown. And all I did was I picked up a tiny bit of orange, not a lot, just touched it here and there. Same with the brown, very little, and then you just lightly brush it in. Now for the eyelashes, I'm first going to just take a little bit of brown just to outline this eye before I go with the dark. So just your number 14 brown, slightly draw your eye in there quickly. Now, the bottom eyelashes I'm going to do after I do the face, because it's going to go over. This bit of eyelashes I could show you over here now, because I'm going to paint this piece of the eye in. So what I did here, I made it very dark on the corner here, and then I brought in a bit of blue. So I took a bit of 51, just paint it over there. And then bring in the white with it to make it lighter over here. So all sorts of colours in this painting. I also brought in the number 17 green with the 51 blue here in the corner, because we're going to add all these colours into the painting as well. So that's why you're seeing a bit of greens and yellows coming through as well. So once the face is painted in, I can show you, I'll paint the face here, and then I'll show you nicely how these eyelashes go. In the meantime, I'll do this little bit in the front here. So the eyelashes, we're going to use black, and what I usually do, I make it a little bit runny. I make it more wet than what it usually is, just so that you can get a nice line. And what I do is I put it in the eye and I bring it out. You can actually outline it now with black here. And you put it in the eye and you just pull them out. Some eyelashes are long and some are shorter, so they're not all the same length. But going in towards the eye, they do get a little bit shorter, they're not as long. Don't let the eyelashes touch the eyebrows because then they're going to look really, really odd. See, if you make it runny, then you get nice thin lines. Put it in and pull it out. So I'm not going to carry on with the eyelashes there because we need to paint the background, the face, in order to put those eyelashes down. So now in order to do the face, we're just going to do a bit of the face and then we'll do the eyebrow. The face, you're just going to use number 2. It's our skin color. Creative Images got the most interesting colors. We've got the best colors. I don't think you can find any of these colors in the shops, but there we go. So I'm just using Creative Images skin tone color with a bit of white, and then I usually take a bit of our number 5 orange, just put it in there a bit, touch of our brown with the white, and then look at that, nice skin color. So just paint in your face skin color. Bigger brush. So when we come with the eyelashes, we can just go over the skin color. That's why we do that. Underneath the eye. That's how we do the face. And then of course your face goes into the water here. Don't worry about the water yet. So just paint the whole face in and we'll go over it with the water. So that little piece, just fill it in. Now this face, I've used quite a bit of colours. I used a bit of the blue and the green. Like over here we got in the corner, so over here you can put a bit of blue. 51 blue with 17 green. Just to make it a bit interesting. We can use that as a shading in the corner here. And just blend the colours into each other. There's a little bit of blue here before the iceberg. Also put a little bit of blue along there, along there. And then you'll see at the bottom here, I've put more orange in, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So number 5 orange and brown at the bottom here. Bit of the blue is coming through as well because it's still on my brush. And then the eyebrow. Eyebrow I just used 14, and I use a little bit of black here and there. So you can start off with 14 and just paint the lines in. And a little black. You can also use number 4 brown if you want to make it darker. I'm just using a bit of black with the brown. You can even get it clever and use a bit of orange too, just give it a little bit of life, a little bit of difference. Also, I'll make the brown a little bit runnier. It just makes, if you make your paint a little bit more runny, you can get nicer strokes. And it also flows easier on the canvas. Otherwise, it's too dry and it just, you can't get it to move. And you want to get it to move, so make sure you've got paint on and it's a little bit wet. There's still a little bit of skin over there. That's hot. And just fill it in. That's your eyebrow done. And now you can carry on with your eyelashes. So go back to the black. Just put it down on the outline of your eye like that. Put it in the eye, on the black, and flick it out. And this lady's eyelashes are going much longer on the outside. She's lucky. She got nice long ones. This into my eye a bit. Now the bottom lashes aren't as long as our top ones. It's the same idea, so you put your black down and then in the black you put your paintbrush. So you're putting it on that line you've just drawn, and then you flick it out. You can use brown or black to do the eyelashes. But put it in on the line you've just drawn and then pull it out. And don't go all the way to the corner. If you look at the eyelashes, it doesn't run all the way down till there. It usually goes still about here, and then it goes much thinner and smaller. Same with the top ones. And you can just touch up here and there. And that is your eye done. Next one. That is the eye, and now we can go on to the water and the sky. That's very easy. So just get a nice big brush, not too big, big enough so that you know how to handle it. And all you're going to use is number 51 and some white. Need some more white going. And we're going to start with the sky. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be much darker on the top part here with number 51, navy dark blue. So put that down. And then you can start bringing white in. So I make it darker on the top and I bring it more light down. And as I get further close to the bottom here, I'll just bring more white in. Go over the buildings. Don't worry about the buildings because that you're just really going to paint in. It's just the idea of buildings that's happening there. So go right over them. You see these strokes are going down, the sky strokes that I'm painting, they're going down. And now when I get to the water, you're going to see I'm going to change. Okay, so now the water's still going to use the navy and the white, the 51 blue, and now my strokes are going to go this way. But with the water, I'm letting some of the skin tones come through, that of the face that you built, that you painted in. So let it come through because we don't want to lose the face. So you don't cover everything, but your strokes are going this way now. You can also bring in some green from the eye. I like to take colors from the painting, like the yellow and the green in the eye. You can bring that into your water. Use a bit of green. Put a bit of yellow in there. And even a bit of the orange from the skin. And then of course lots of white. Also again then at the bottom, just like at the top, I made it darker. So just use more of the 51 blue. And then, like I said, just bring it over the face here and there to break the face line. And do that with a bit of white and blue. In it. Now for the buildings, you're just going to take normal white. And where the buildings were, you're just going to, the part above the water, not the reflection, you're just going to use your white and paint in little blocks and squares. To give an idea that there is something going on there in the distance. You can also use a little bit of brown. You want to outline some of them a bit, but not too much. You don't want to make it too dominant because it's in the distance. So I'll just do it with white and then I'll come afterwards with a little bit of brown over it. My little speaker came down. Sorry about that. These little buildings coming up in the horizon. Like I said, you can use a little bit of brown just to touch it here and there, wherever you want to. But not too much. There you've got your buildings on the horizon. Now you want to bring them into the water. So the same thing, just bring them down, make it a little bit watery. Now you're painting the buildings in the water. So you just very wishy-washy do them in there. And this is how you create a reflection in the water. In our program at Creative Image, we teach you how to do these reflections as well in water. Oops, some green came through.
We have 21 online viewers. Well done, Sandra.
Oh my word. Okay, so there we got a bit of reflection. Now to make it look like water again, you're going to need to like pick up a little bit of brown, and we're going to, like, there's a bit of land, something going on there. It's not just floating in the water. So you just draw a little bit of brown along the horizon here and there. Just do the same with a bit of the orange. Just make it interesting. And white. You go over this to cause a glossy effect of the water. And that is your sky and your water and your buildings. That one is done. Okay, let's put this on the side. Next one is the statics. It's a texture paste we use from Creative Image. Okay, and you use a palette knife. This is our statics that we buy from Creative Image. It's like you're plastering. Now you're putting icing on a cake. So I've put the statics just around the edge of the iceberg. So just put it on. You'll see it's thick stuff. If you don't have statics, you can always just paint it, which I'll show you in the next how we paint that. just putting around the edges. I'm not doing the whole thing, just causing a bit of a 3D effect on the edges with the statics. Do wash your pellet knife afterwards, because yeah, this stuff is quite a business. Cement. And close the lid nice and tight so that it doesn't go hard. I'm not putting on this inside iceberg here, or this piece. I'm only putting on this outer one. And that's really all you need to do with staples. And you can just leave it to dry. So give it some time. But how long about?
Well, we did with this morning. We tested it, and it didn't even take, on a cold day like today, an hour. And some areas are very thick.
Yeah, so you're going to need it to dry before you can paint it, and then your gold leaf on it. So you're going to have to put it aside to dry. Now we've got one here where we have to dry, so I can show you how to paint this iceberg. I'm just going to paint this little piece, and then this is what we put on this morning. That's now really dry. You'll see it's hard. And then show you how to put the gold leaf on. And then we kind of finish with this painting.
Wow.
Okay.
How's that for timing? 44 minutes.
Yeah. I told you, it's a very fast painting. It's not a difficult painting, this. Not difficult at all.
Yes, with creative image it's possible.
Always possible. Okay, so I'm just going to paint this piece of iceberg, the inner berg, which is now just orange, number 5, yellow, 31, white. It's got a little bit of 14 in it. So pick up your white and a bit of your yellow, and then just always make it lighter on the top here, and then make it darker over there. So you put your yellow down, and while it's still wet, you put your orange on, let them mix into each other, let them go into each other. And at the bottom, I made it more orange with the brown, just to get a more depth. This orange goldy berg is behind this statics one. You just want to get a bit of depth in there. So the brown and the orange. then blend into each other. Some brown. That's the inner iceberg. Now I'm going to paint over the static spots that's dry to show you how we did the iceberg. And then I use number 51, dark blue, 51, white, and I use some of the orange from here and the yellow in it as well. So in the statics you'll find it's very different to paint on it, so make sure your paint is wet. And then just start painting. I'm trying to make it light on the edges and going darker to the inside. So come with more light on the edges. Put some white. Bring in a bit of the orange. I like to use the lines aesthetics use. It's risen over here, so then over there I use it and I just put my dark around it. Creates interesting shapes. And of course in the corner, I always go darker in the corners. It just find if I go dark in the corners, most of this painting is dark in the corners, and it just brings your eye to where you really want it to be, the focus point of the eye that we painted. So over here, you could just make your corner a little bit darker with the 51. This is our cold front that's going past us here, the iceberg.
Oh, yes.
I hope it's the last one.
Keep the eyes away.
So I just put orange in here and there. With a bit of the white just to break it. Here's another interesting little groove where you can use some of the dark blue in there and over there. And a bit of the yellow in as well.
Sandra, we have a question. Someone says they see you use the same brush all the time.
Not actually, they haven't been paying attention. I've used this brush. I've used this one for our thin lines for the eyelashes. And this one, I've basically used these three. This one's a little bit thicker for the bigger spaces. This one I used for the tinier places. And this one I actually used to draw around there and the eyelashes, which is a nice round one. So I basically used three. I use this one a lot because it's quite big spaces to cover. Okay, so now you're going to wait for this to really dry again. We don't have all that on. But I did on my wet. Oh, yeah, over there. So now we need to put some very messy businesses. It's gonna stick to everything and everywhere. So you're gonna go home looking very gold. This is gold leaf. You can get it where? You can get anywhere really. Just
in the studios.
Yeah, the studios you can get. These are like, anyway, I won't touch it right now, but now you just see I'm looking upside down again. Celeste wants me to look upside down. So now you just put some glue where you want your gold leaf to be. So put some glue down. And then the messy business begins. You can use tweezers. I just use my hands and a paintbrush at the back. See, now I'm using another paintbrush. Just stick it down, put it over the glue where you want it. So wherever you want this shiny stuff to stick, it will stick on the glue. And on you.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everything.
Yeah. So fun. A lot of fun. You can create nice effects with this messy stuff. See what I mean? Yeah, it sticks to you. Okay. So just stick it down. And now this will get dry. Oh, you'll see this will now get dry. You actually have to wait for it to dry. And then you're going to like take a nice soft brush, or a dry soft brush, and then you will lightly brush away at it, but leave it till it's dry. I'm just showing you on this little piece. It's better when it's dry, and you will brush some of it away, and that is stuck to the glue will stay. Let's see, but leave it, like I say, for the best results it must be really nice and dry, and then you can do the brushing to take off the excess. And that's how you'll do the same over here. See, mine's still a bit wet, but I have it stuck on already with my other one that I did practice with. Just put glue where you want. Everywhere where you want your gold leaf to be on your iceberg.
There's a question.
Yep.
Do you add the leaf before the glue is dry?
No, you want the glue to dry while this thing is on it.
It has to stick to the
Yeah,
gold
it has to stick. There's no point if the glue's dry and it's not going to stick. But do make sure your everything is dry. Don't be like me now. This is, okay, well the statex is dry. The paint is reasonably dry already.
So only once it's dry do you use the brush to clean it.
Yeah. There's no point me really using the brush now because everything will brush off. So you need it to stick and let it dry. Let it stand like this for a while till it's nicely stuck on. And then you'll come with your big brush. Big soft dry brush. And you'll come, once it's all dry, then you'll come and you will wipe lightly over it. And that which is stuck on the glue will stay stuck. And like I say, just the excess will come off. Like we've got glue over there. If you brush lightly, the sides will come off. But that, once it's dry, it will stay on. And then it will, then it's kind of done. That is the painting done. And there's the, let's see the final result. And that's how it will look. Because afterwards, once it's dry, you'll come with your dry brush and you'll lightly brush around the gold leaf where you put your gold leaf. And all those that's on the glue, that's going to remain there. And those that's next to the glue, that will come off. So you will just lightly, with a soft brush, brush over your gold leaf, and then it will look like that. That will be your end result. Wasn't that difficult, was it?
No, not at all.
Well, thanks for everybody for joining. I hope you enjoyed that. It's my first time.
Thank you, Sandra. I think Sandra did an amazing job.
Thank you.
And she made it look so easy.
It is easy.
So I would
very easy.
love to see your paintings. Please post them and share them with us.
Yes, please share them. We would love to see them. And join one of our studios and come and learn all these techniques and these interesting things. And we have wonderful classes, wonderful people. It's a lot of fun being in a group and painting together. And everybody is unique and does beautiful work. There's not one that is better than the other.
No,
every person is unique. And every person's artwork is unique. It's them. And that's what's important. To put yourself down there.
Thank you, Sandra.
Okay.
We'll see you next time at Creative Image live on Facebook.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.